Tech Tuesday for January 29th. Today we're going to be looking at how to make creative posters for your classroom using some online poster makers and some awesome graphic hacks. So, teachers are always looking for ways to get information out to their students about their classroom procedures, about their maybe some safety requirements in a science classroom. Maybe you have some anchor posters in your English classroom, and maybe you just want to have some positive affirmations hanging on your walls. If you would like something and you don't want to have to draw it out by hand or use Microsoft Office Word, there are some online options you can use to make some nice posters. So today we're going to look at one specific poster maker in depth. I'm going to show you how you can print them. I can show you how to enlarge them. And then I'm going to also link some resources on the actual blog page with some additional information and demos and ideas. So to start with, I want to show you some examples of what I've used before. So this was a poster that I made for our Make It Day in the library. You can see that I have kind of a nice color scheme of the different shades of gray. I inserted a nice little graph paper background. I've got some good clip art. I really love this sticky note clip art. I think it is the best thing in the world, so I'm always using it. And then the shapes kind of go throughout, they flow, that nice honeycomb shape. And I love that I was able to actually put pictures in some of those. So that one is nice. This is a project that I made for a teacher. So this teacher brought in a poster that was just printed off on 8.5 by 11 paper. And all it had was the text. So it was white with black text, and that was it. He was like, I need something more colorful. So I took the text, I typed it in, and we wanted to keep it simple. So I used this nice brick background. I put the text on white on a black background because it kind of made it pop. And then we had just some simple graphics that kind of went along with the topic that they were talking about. And I printed this one off 11 by 17 for this teacher. So it would be a little bigger, but it wasn't, it didn't have to be ginormous. So that one was fun. This is the trick or treat poster that I made for Halloween in the library. So it's kind of a cutesy, spooky theme with the dark gray background and the dripping blood and the ghost and the art. I just thought that one was fun. And then last but not least, you guys see this every week. This is my reading challenge poster that I send out to all of the staff. This one has some actual editable graphs in it that you've got a bar graph, you've got a pie graph. I forget what this is called, and you'll probably make fun of me for it. But so there's lots of options that you can use here. So the tool I use to make this is what is called an infographic maker. An infographic maker is just basically a fancy online poster maker. You can either print and download your posters and hang them up around the building, which you've seen me do, or you can actually make them electronic interactive posters. So for example, all of you get this poster in your email, and you can actually kind of interact with it. If you hover over the lines in your email, it will actually pop up and tell you the specific numbers and the percentages. So they're both options. There's lots of tools out there. So Venngage, Piktochart, Infogram, Canva. I've linked a blog post, and there's going to be 17 different tools you can use. I've also linked some additional demos of the two most popular I see. But I personally really enjoy using Piktochart. Piktochart has one I've been using since I was getting my master's degree, got me through my master's degree program. And it's just what I think to be the most creative friendly. There are more creative outlets and options you can use. So I'm going to work you through the process. So let's go ahead and just start with your Piktochart. So here is the website for Piktochart. You will need to sign up for an account. Now, all of these poster makers, when you sign up, you're going to want to choose the free option. You can pay if for some reason you would want to, but they all have a free option. There are some limitations, but there are ways around those limitations. So once you have an account, and you can log in with your Google, which is really nice because it streamlines everything. So if for some reason you want to have it attached to your school, you can do that. The only reason mine isn't is because mine goes back to college. So let me get logged in. Okay, So once you have projects in your dashboard, this is what you will see when you come to your web page. You'll see all the projects you've done. You can see, let's see, there was a volunteer poster I made for the Alt Ed program, my reading challenge. We have a really awesome puzzle trivia challenge coming up in the library in February. Winter Wonderland, the library, some funny posters I've made. And if we scroll all the way down, you'll find some embarrassing grad school posters you really don't need to see. So those are all your options. If you would like to, there are 3 options you can use. So you can make an infographic. So an infographic is going to create something that is perfect for the web. So they're kind of long and skinny, like you would scroll down a web page. You can make a presentation, and that's going to be the size for like a PowerPoint screen. And then the one I always go for is printable. I like using printable because it's the perfect size for a poster. So you've got some options. You can use the featured templates. You can just click on it. It opens up, and then you can just put your information into it. So if you want to edit it, just click Use Template. It'll load the theme, and you can just change the text to be whatever you want to say. So I can double click on this, and I can say, wish spring or something, and it will edit it to fit your needs. So that's really nice. If you if you're wanting to be a little bit more creative and you want some more ideas, you can't use these right now because you're not paying for the Pro, but you can look at them at another option. So you can say, I really like this one. I'm going to go ahead and preview it. And then another tab, I'm going to create a new one, and I'm going to try and do my best to make that one look like this. So kind of like you're drawing something that you're seeing, you're sketching an image, so it gives you some ideas. You can also click on Inspire Me, and Inspire Me will take you to all the different options that other people have done. You can kind of see what they're working with. So that's really nice. Now, if you're feeling brave, you can always just create your own. So you just click on Create a New Poster, and you can go to town. So it's going to load a blank page. It will have this little pop-up that says Use a template. You can just delete that. So along the side, you have lots of options. You can insert graphics, so shapes, lines, you can upload photos, you can put in photo frames, maybe. Okay. Photo frames. You can upload your own pictures. I'll minimize this. Oh, dang. You can use the background, so there's lots of background images. You can insert just generic text, or you can use some of these super fun text boxes they have available for you. Color scheme and tools, I do not believe you can use those on a free account. But basically, let's say you want to use this sugar bag. You just drag it over. You can click on the sugar. Maybe it's really flour, and that edits it. And let's say you want to have a background. Maybe you want that to pop. So we're going to go to Shapes, and I'm going to click on Square. I'm going to drag it over here, and I'm going to resize it so it's just about the same size as my flour bag. And up at the top, you've got some options. So I've got Undo and Redo. I can lock this in place. I can change my color. So let's make it like a blue. I can change the opacity. So if it's really dense color, if it's kind of see-through. I could link something if it's an online poster. And then I can also arrange it. So I can't see my flour bag. That means I need to send this thing to the back. So now I can see my flour bag, with a nice background on it. So if you want to know more about all these tools, please watch the Piktochart demo. But let's go ahead and move on to how you're going to save these. So you're ready to download and print. So let's go ahead and use my 1 million page challenge. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Edit. Oh, excuse me. And to download something, you do have to find Download in the top right corner. And there's going to be some options. You are limited because you're not paying. So you can only download it in a PNG image file. And I will show you how to edit that. I always do the largest possible size for free. Now, if this pops up, I untoggle that because downloading it as blocks, for some reason, is a pain in the butt. It will break it up into a bunch of pieces and it puts it in a zip file. So I'm going to download, and eventually it will open up in the bottom left corner, depending on your internet speed. Here it goes. So I just click on it in the download window, and this is what pops up. This is just your regular generic photo window. So right now I have a PNG image file of my poster. I've got a couple options. I can print right from here and call it done. But first we're going to save it. We're going to save it as two options. We're going to save it as a JPEG, and we're also going to use a PDF. So to save it, I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to actually click on Edit with Paint 3D. You can also just use the regular Paint software. From here, you can crop and do a bunch of things, but I just want to save it right now. So I'm going to go to Menu, Save As. I'm going to save it as an image, but I'm going to change this drop-down menu to JPEG. And that's going to be really important later on. So I'm going to go ahead and rename this to Challenge and click Save. So now I've got a JPEG. But let's say I need it in a PDF. So let's go ahead and open Microsoft Office Word. Microsoft Office Word will actually save things in a PDF for you if you tell it to. I'm sure there's other ways to do this, but it's the way I do. It's kind of a little hack I've learned. So you're going to go to Insert. You're going to insert the picture you just saved as a JPEG. So I'm going to click on, I believe that went to my desktop, and I'm going to insert my picture. Now, if you want it to be bigger, you can change the margins to narrow, and you can actually drag and resize this. I want mine to be centered, so I'm going to click on Center Alignment. And there we go. So the first thing you do have to do is Save As, and you're going to have to save it as a Word doc. So I'm just going to go ahead and save it as whatever it makes it. Now that it's a saved Word document, I can go to File, Save as Adobe PDF, and it will generate it into a PDF. So I'm going to go ahead and Challenge, and Microsoft Office Word will automatically make it a PDF, which is really, really nice. So if you need it as a PDF, now you've got one. So we've made it, we've saved it. Now, how on earth do we print this thing? So if you just need some generic poster, you can totally print it to the library. So we can click Print. You do want to send it to D700 Color if you want the color library printer. You can change the size. So if this is something minor, that's not a big, you just want to hang it up in the hall, you can do 8.5 by 11. If you want to get your kids' attention, choose 11 by 17. That will print it larger. Now you may have to adjust the zoom on this to make it print a little bigger. And to do that, I'm going to go into maybe printer properties or page setup, and you just kind of have to dig. So let's see. Oh, let's see. 11 by 17. All of these printer tools are different. You may have, you're looking for something that basically says you want it to fill your page. So here we go, fit to print size, and that should make it bigger. Maybe not, but there's lots of options. So if you want it to print by 11 by 17, we do have that paper available for you, and we can help you do that. Now let's say you want something bigger than 11 by 17. You have two places you can go for that. The first one is the district actually offers for you a print shop. So if you go to the district webpage and click on Staff, it will prompt you to log into the staff website. And from there, I believe it is your same as your email login. So it'll have your little face. You will need to scroll down to the search bar and type in Print Shop. And Print Shop is the first option that pops up. So on the Print Shop, you do have a brochure and order form that you will need to look at. but you can print full-size, beautiful posters for your classroom. I believe they are 3 feet in diameter. They're full color, they're gorgeous, but you do have to pay for them and you will have to have them approved. So take some time if that is something you are interested in and reading over these details. If you need something quick and you don't want to go through the process, you can go to Block Posters. So Block Posters, go back to their homepage, is a free website that takes your image and blows it up into multiple 8.5 by 11 pages. You then cut them out, tape them together, and you've got a big poster. It is free unless you've got a giant image, and then they will charge you. So you just click on Get Started and upload your image. You have to use a JPEG, which is why we edited it to be a JPEG. So we're going to find our picture, click Open, and it will pop up. Now from here you can choose what size you want it, if you want it portrait or landscape, border, no border. You do have to have a watermark on it unless you want to pay for more. You click I have read and accept, and it creates your poster. Once you get there, you simply download your poster, and it will open in a PDF window, which will be made. Let's see, this one is 13 pages, and it is all these different pages of your poster. You then have to print it. Make sure that you do not print front and back because that will not do you any good. And then you simply just cut them out, tape them together. If it's not too big, we can laminate it for you, and you've got a beautiful full-size poster available for you. So we have gone over the different softwares, how to edit them, how to save them, and how to print them. If you have any questions, please just come see us in the library. We can give you a more detailed demo, or you are more than welcome to watch the videos that I've linked. If you want to use a different software, let me know and I will dig and see if I can find a different demo. But thank you for watching and happy Tech Tuesday.